What's good, losers? Listen, today guys, we've got something pretty important that I want to discuss today regarding Zenless Zone Zero. Why does it feel that no one is excited for this game? Is it just me? Am I going crazy? A Hoyo game, known to be the king of gacha, is releasing a game seemingly people aren't giving a toss about, at least in Western countries. It seems like the only thing that gets people truly excited these days is the release of the internet's next celebrity pedophile. Apart from trailer reacting or covering a controversy, big channels don't seem to want to cover content about this game as intensely as they did for Honkai Star Rail pre-release, or even like that of Wuthering Waves. I mean, just look at the videos made in the last week. Apart from a handful of videos that get maybe a couple of thousand views, it seems like people just aren't that interested in actually consuming content about this game. Perhaps it's too early. Maybe the 1.1 live stream tomorrow will be a turning point for the hype. Listen here, you. I'm pointing at you and you can't even see it. I will take your PP inches if you do not subscribe right the heck now. I'm waiting. Go subscribe. Do it. Zenless Zone Zero is just around the corner. It's only 8 days until Hoyo opens the door to the gacha gamblers hoping to snatch up their newest big titty waifu. I mean, I would say that if Hoyo wasn't so scared of giving their women planetary fucking bahongas on their chest. I decided to find out once and for all the reason for Nicole's sudden breast reduction surgery and stumbled upon a tweet from the official Zenless Zone Zero account that clarifies the situation. On May 28th, the official Zenless Zone Zero Twitter account stated, "I'll be totally real with you guys, we missed the big tits too, but we didn't want to pay the boob tax for having such huge milkers on Nicole." This is indeed a strong statement coming out of Hoyo, and it got me curious just what the boob tax actually is. According to documents from the government, should a gacha character's breast size exceed that of which it would start to generate its own measurable gravitational pull in reality, that character's sales will be taxed at 53.18008%. You might think that's a pretty odd number, and so did I. So when I asked the officials where this seemingly large number was derived from, I received a statement from the Department of Gacha Finances that read, "Haha, it's the funny boob number in the calculator." So I guess this is also just a coincidence that 53.18008% is also the likelihood that Tectone fucked your mom last night. Okay, I'm sorry, I will stop the piss taking, and I'll just be totally real with you guys. I am indeed part of the problem. I know absolutely nothing about this game. I don't know how the combat works particularly well. I don't really know how the gameplay feels. I've got no idea what the story is about. All I know is that for the first time, they're outright introducing furries into this game, which is a big W for the degenerates. Listen, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help just throwing that in there. I haven't particularly cared, and it's just kind of a shame, because I love this art direction, animation style, and the whole vibe they're going with. Personally, my take on this lack of hype situation stems from the fact that this is a completely new IP they are trying to introduce to their universe and their ecosystem. Honkai Star Rail benefited from having an existing dedicated fanbase in the Honkai buff, as well as it being a turn-based game which appeals to a large demographic. Genshin Impact was a pioneer of an open-world gacha game of its magnitude, as well as benefiting from the COVID buff. Zenless Zone Zero has no pre-existing fanbase apart from just the general Hoyo hype fanbase, and it targets a way different demographic with its gameplay style. It's expected that this game isn't necessarily going to have the initial launch hype as other games, and word of mouth will probably be its strongest marketing play when the game releases. If the story is compelling and the gameplay is enjoyable to the masses, word will spread. Obviously, in a gacha game, the characters, I feel, are like one of the priorities. They're one of the most important things to consider. So how about we take a look at the S-rank characters in Zenless Zone Zero, and I'll give my take on them. Because if the characters are mid, then there's just no point in even launching the game, in all honesty. Alright, Nekomata. I mean, the name speaks for itself. She's a bloody cat girl. Now, don't get me wrong, I love cat girls. I mean, just look at me, I'm one myself. But really? Nekomata? They couldn't have come up with anything else for a name? It's just so uninspired. They might as well have taken the big furry dog boy and called him Wolf Wolfstein. I mean, they could have spent a little more time. Holy! Is that a Jacko pose? You know what? Never mind. You can be called anything you want, my kitty queen. Absolutely 100% based character. Grace Howard. Honestly, this kind of sounds like the name of a girl I'd bump into after a few pints at a bar in London. This is quite simply the most English name I've ever heard coming out of Hoyo. Grace Howard is pretty good at stunning enemies. It's just a shame she's not stunning to my eyes. For an S-rank character, I'd have expected a little bit more in her design. I love a tomboyish look, but this doesn't feel top tier to me. Perhaps if Hoyo were brave enough to give her abs, I'd change my mind. Maybe the designers should have put on those massive fuck-off glasses on top of her head to see what the fuck they were actually making. Collider? More like you'll need to fucking collide a wrecking ball against my skull before I become interested in wanting to play this character. Small girl that hits things with an equally small hammer. Honestly, it would have been way funnier if they'd have a comically large hammer instead. Then I'd be interested. I'll be real, I'm not feeling it with this one. Like, this is kind of a pass from me unless I get that massive hammer. Ellen Jo, the cosplayer's dream. I just know some of you are going to be pulling for her simply because she wears a maid outfit. But you would be wrong in doing that because that's not even the best bit about her, okay? She has a bloody shark tail. But that's not even the coolest thing either. She has a bloody shark head at the end of her spear. I mean, it looks so cool in combat. She's kind of like if a VTuber was like fully 3D in a game. Is it just me who thinks that? It's kind of cool. Von Lacon. How do I pronounce these? I've got no idea. I feel like I'm embarrassing myself. But it's Mr. Wolfstein himself. Listen, alright, hear me out. I respect that Hoyo is putting in these characters into the game. They're full sending the furry agenda, and honestly, I don't mind at all. The character design is actually pretty good. It's not a cringe, overly goofy furry design. It's actually pretty sophisticated, and it doesn't detract from the rest of the characters in any way, shape, or form. I really like they're experimenting with new character types. I'll throw a bone in there for the Hoyo on that one. I genuinely kind of want this dude. He looks fucking badass. Rena. Miss Alexandrina Sebastine. Holy Obuba, this chick has got kit. And I mean, just look at them mountains, bro. Please tell me it's not just me. But why does she have some kind of goofy ass stare? Like, I see this face and I feel like there's just nothing going on upstairs. Like, the lights are not switched on. The way that she moves around in battle too kind of creeps me out, I'm not gonna lie. She looks like some kind of ghost rather than a mage, and it's kind of annoying, if that's even the right term to describe it. And why are her hands reached out like that, like some Michael Jackson goofy dance move? And finally, Soldier 11. This isn't a character made to be hot, or damn, I cracked my shit 11 times to her. I genuinely think she's one of the most badass looking characters in this lineup, if not the coolest. She's the character I for sure want the most here. Big fuck off fiery sword slashes, you guys know I'm already there. 100% my most looked forward to character. So that kind of summarizes my take on these S-rank characters. Now, if we were to put them amongst the A-rank characters, I doubt you'd actually be able to tell which ones were the S-rank and which ones were the A-ranks. Like, there's a pretty hot variety between all these designs, and I kind of like that, I'll be real. That you can play with these A-rank characters and feel totally badass with it. I mean, look at Billy Kid or Nicole. They look like S-rank characters to me. So I pose the question to you guys. Why do you think Zenless Zone Zero isn't achieving that much hype in the Western countries? Of course, I will be covering their live stream on Friday live, so please come over to my Twitch and give me a little cheeky follow. I'd greatly appreciate appreciated. My Twitch, Twitter, and Discord are all linked below, and I can't wait to be seeing more of your lovely, beautiful faces. Remember to leave a like if you liked this, and to leave a sub if you're feeling generous. I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.